Hey guys, Hunter Trophy Hunter, back here with another Fall of Porcupine video. Let's go! We were getting close to the end. Ah, all done? Yep. It took you longer than usual today. But given the circumstances, I'm willing to turn a blind eye to that. Let's see. What have you got for me today? I don't have anything for you. Dr. Theobald was asking after you. Oh, really? Why? I couldn't say. However, he did ask if I could give you the rest of the day off. I'm not happy about it, but I said yes. I guess it must be something important then. Do you think I should go to his office? You can if you like, but you won't find him there. How do you know? Because he's just made himself comfortable in our break room. Oh, strange. That's just the way he is. I guess I'll pop in and see him then. As you wish. Alright, let's go see this Dr. Theobald. Finley, there you are. Thank you for coming. Sure, Dr. Theobald. What can I do for you? Nothing, but I wanted to talk to you. First of all, I would like to thank you. You've done an excellent job these past few days. Thanks. Is that all you wanted? No, not at all. I heard about Irma. Oh, it's like Timalka's passing, of course. A tragedy, truly. Like so many others here in Porcupine, I knew Irma well and liked her a lot. I'll miss her very much, the whole town will. But you are the one who looked after her and were there for her in her final days. Is Irma the first patient who's died under your care? Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. It's not uncommon to struggle getting them off your mind the first time. I still remember my first two. I think I know what you mean. I still think about Mr. Monko a lot. Just try not to let those thoughts affect you too much. After all, there are still plenty of other people depending on your help. Don't get distracted from looking out for them. It's Irma's funeral service this afternoon. It'll be held at Gilbert's. Gilonio hosts most of the town's funerals in this town. I'm sure this one will be especially hard for him. You should be there. You'll feel better afterward, believe me. You mean I can go to the service? You are excused for the rest of the day, and I'm sure Mr. Milko would have invited you anyways. Okay, then I'll be there. Thank you, Dr. Theobald. No need to thank me, Finley. Say goodbye to the old lady for me. See you again tomorrow. Give my regards to old Irma, alright? And please give my condolences to Granio as well. Oh god, that's gonna be depressing. We'll take the stairs. You know, maybe I should just take the elevator so then I don't go through two loading screens. Take care, kiddo. And don't slip on the snow. I already pulled something in my back this morning. Let's go. Run. Alright, hold on. I gotta see something. I had to stop the video to make sure like my audio for my voice was still picking up. Because I'm like so paranoid now that those 3 videos didn't have me talking. So I'm like, now I gotta make sure like they're still going through. Aren't most funeral services like during the day? Why are we going at night? I mean, I'm not really sure, honestly. Can I interest you in a hot cup of coffee? Perhaps a tea or a saffron roll? No thanks, sorry, I've got somewhere to be. Sure thing. So then why do we even stop to talk to him, Finley? Maybe you don't know what you want, Finley, and I do know what you want. You want coffee. Actually, I would love a coffee right now. Oh, that sounds so good. Good old iced coffee, French vanilla, cream sugar, and cold foam. Oh my god. Oh, it sounds so good. Sorry. So you're here too, young one. It's good to see you. The roller coaster of life never stops, does it? A few days ago, we gathered to celebrate. Today, we've gathered to weep. Finley. Peggy Leonio. I'm so sorry. I wish I had more. Finley. It's okay. Thank you for coming. I know we haven't known each other long, but it means a lot to me. Please, make yourself at home. There's food and drink. Go ahead, take a seat. Just make yourself at home. Is there really nothing I can do for you? Come to think of it, there is one thing, actually. Anything you want, what is it? I think there's a colleague of yours here, too. He didn't hang around long. He just stood in the corner and didn't talk to anyone. Then I think he went out the back door. I haven't seen him since. Could you go see if he's still there? I checked myself, but I got my hands full. Sorry. Here I am asking for your help again. It's no problem. I'd be happy to do that for you. Thank you. Ugh. I'm sure Pina made the figurine. It's such a nice tradition. I'm proud of you, Pina. I didn't see you back here, you little creep. Ah! Irma. I can't believe she just died like that. It's so unfair. Wow, you're here. Sorry, Finley. I know how much you liked Irma. How are you feeling? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Just happy I could be here today. Me too, even if it has been a bit stressful for me. But I'd do anything for Irma. If there's anything I can do for you, just say, okay? Is it Carl? Whoa. What happened to my shirt? This game has got some bugs, man. Gregor, you're here too? Get lost, kid. Don't you want to come inside? The service is about to start. No. There's food and drink too. Lots of people are here. Leave me alone. Okay. It's all my fault. What do you mean? I'm doing the best I can. I know the hospital relies on me. I'm the one who's supposed to look after it after all. If the old lady hadn't got sicker, if that water damage hadn't happened, if I'd just taken better care of the hospital, then maybe she wouldn't have. This is my burden to bear. I'll never forgive myself. All those people in there, I see the way they look at me. They know it's my fault. It's not your fault. I felt the same way. I was the only one treating her right up until the end. I still believe she'd get better. I didn't want to face the fact that she was going to die. But in the moment she passed, I knew she was at peace with it. She was old, her body was weak, and she was happy. She didn't want people looking after her all the time. And that's okay. I did my best, and you did too. But sometimes things crumble and collapse anyway. Sometimes we have to say goodbye to people. Sometimes we can't help them. I'm going in now. You can come with me if you want. I can't. I'm going to stay here. Okay. But if you change your mind, just know that you'll be welcome. Sure, whatever. I should go. I don't want to disturb the bereaved. You should do what feels right for you. No one's forcing you to stay. Yeah, you're right. Let's go in. If we go in at the same time, they won't be all staring at me. And I can slip away quickly if I need to. Sounds good. Uh-oh. Okay, so I just don't have my shirt anymore. So did you find him? Yes, he's the janitor at the hospital, but he doesn't want to come in. I think he needs some time to himself. As he walks in, I think we all do. I'm glad he's here, though. Speaking of which, how are you holding up? I'm coping, but please let me know if there's anything I can do. I will, my friend. Please sit down. It's about to start. Dear guests, could I have your attention for a moment? Thank you all for coming. I can barely bring myself to speak. But last night, Irma, my dear mother, passed away. She was a real talker, always telling stories, and she was surrounded by people who loved her. That's you guys. Thanks for that, all of you. When when I was little, she taught me to play an instrument. She practiced with me, and I hated every second of it. But but when I was playing, her eyes would just light up. I wish she could look at me that way again. I want to play a very special song for you. A song Irma requested every time I picked that instrument up. And our shirt's still missing. The dog looks so clueless. I remember one day it was really frosty when I had to deliver my letters. I slipped on a patch of ice. My whole mailbag fell into the river with all the letters still inside it, and I tore my crucible ligament. Irma not only helped me fish every single letter out of the river, she even dried them, restored them, and delivered them for me. Irma worked with my parents in a restaurant. Things had been going downhill for a while. Then Irma came up with a new dish, rainbow beet gratin. It was a hit. Before long, it was the only dish anyone wanted. Irma and I used to play backgammon together every Thursday in the summer. How do you know Irma Finley? I, I'll tell you how that squirt knew Irma. He's the one who let her die. It's the truth. Irma was in great shape. Then one day she just bends over, sprains an ankle, ends up in the hospital, and a few days later, suddenly she's sick, real sick, and then she just dies. I'm telling you, it's all this guy's fault. Him and all the staff at that awful hospital. I just heard them talking about it right now. They're letting the hospital deteriorate. It's so bad the folks who go there pick up new diseases in the wards. Irma didn't even have an omi until they took her to that dump. I'm telling you, Irma didn't just die. She was murdered there. If St. Ursula's wasn't so useless, Irma would still be with us today. We'd be celebrating, not mourning. Everyone who works there should stand up and take the blame for this. We'd all be better off if that hospital was torn down and never darkened our skyline again. Wow, that's a crock of nonsense. Now, hold on. Maybe he's got a point. Yeah, St. Ursula's is a danger to us all. That's right, we need to run these murderers out of town. Maybe it would be better that way. Look around you. Do you see anyone from the hospital here except for this clown? Exactly, they don't even have the nerve to come into our funeral. Because they know it's their fault, plain as the nose on your face. But, quiet everyone. Please. This isn't about pointing the finger at anyone. This isn't about St. Ursula's. It's about Irma, my mother, your friend. Finley. Yeah? I'm sorry to have to ask you this, but perhaps it would be best if you leave. But, please, I don't want this argument to ruin Irma's memorial. I'll make it up to you, I promise. Let's talk later. Okay? Wow. So we just got kicked out of the funeral service? Oh man, that didn't go how I expected. Let's still find a reception at Gilbert's. Me and Carl both tried to call me. Call Mia back so then we can do all of Mia's hangout sessions. Hey Finley, thanks for calling me back. I was worried when I saw you today. Are you okay? I'd be lying if I said I was. Oh, I don't know if it'll help, but I actually have plans for tonight. I think I need to get my mind off things, and I'm guessing you might want to as well. If you come along, we could help each other. Pina will be there too. Sure, why not? Cool. I just got off work. I'm standing in the middle of the town square. Perfect. I'm heading your way now. Let's meet at the hospital entrance, okay? Alright, see you soon. Wait, wasn't Pina at the memorial? Well, I guess maybe she could. She's not getting me this at the hospital entrance. But if she did, I'd be like, dude, what the heck? Why don't we just leave? Oh, why don't you stick up for me? It was a little cloud smoke. That'll leave when I jump. Kind of want to be like, y'all blame me, but did any of you visit her even once? Even her own freaking son? Is the funeral over already? Dr. Grabowski told me you were there. Sure was. There was an argument. People said it was my fault Irma died. What? I wanted to explain myself, but didn't get a chance. That's so mean. It makes me so angry. Yeah. Can we change the subject, maybe? Anything special going on in your life? Well, today's my stage debut. What do you mean? I'm rehearsing with the Porcupine Amateur Dramatics Group for the first time. Want to come watch? I want to get used to having an audience. Do I need to do anything? Watch, listen, nod. And don't be too harsh of a critic. I can do that. Yeah, let's go. The rehearsal's taking place on a small stage at the park. There's a small stage at the park? And what do these people expect to just to leave their jobs to go? Especially in a hospital? Like, what the heck? Oh god. I hate that they make us do this. Oh wait. I was like, wow, that was quicker than I remember. Yeah, I got my shirt back. I just noticed. Where are you going? Do we want to go to the stage? I thought this was the way to the park. Is this the park? Oh, I had no idea. Mia! I'm so glad you came. And you brought Finley with you, too. Yes, I asked if you wanted to come. But just to watch. Watching? Nonsense. You're just in time. One of our members dropped out today. Caught a flu at the hibernation festival or something. Oh no, can we still rehearse without them? Sure we can. You brought the perfect replacement. But, oh yes, Finley, please say you'll join in. I'm sure that's just what I need to feel more comfortable in my first role. Alright. Yeah. Woo! I was in theater group in elementary school, but I might be a little rusty. What's the play? Will it even work with someone new in the role? That's what's so great. We're an improv troupe. We give everyone a role at the start of the show that just see what happens. And tonight we've got something very special in store. A terrible crime that needs solving. Mwahaha. I'm scared already. You're telling me. And you, Finley, are going to be our detective, the private eye, the guy who is a little too tough for the police. You're basically the referee. It'll be great practice for the rest of the group. Okay, I hope I can pull this off. I know you can. This is going to be great. Is everyone ready? Yep. I'm already pumped. Let's go. Alright, you've all been given a brief on your roles. Any questions? Good. Folks, we've got 2 new additions today. So to celebrate, I've come up with something special. Listen up, everyone. We open up an old hospital. It's 6 in the morning. There's a storm outside. The rain's coming down in buckets as one by one you enter the building. Shortly after the first shift begins, we hear the chief physician's voice break into a horrifying scream. Come on, you can do better than that. Let me feel your terror. Much better. A body has been found in the chief physician's office. But it's not just any body. It's the body of the chief physician's personal assistant. You gather in the break room. The fresh coffee is still bubbling in the pot when the door flies open once more. Into the room strides none other than the city's most famous detective. Finley, that's your cue. His face is grave, his steps determined, and so the questioning begins. Finley, you just left me, and you know when you're ready to give your verdict, okay? Okay. Alright, folks. Let the interrogation begin. I don't know how that could have happened. It was the chief physician. I'm sure of it. You've got to believe me. She would have done anything for him, but she swept that under the table. If he threatened her with it, she wouldn't hesitate to resort to such means. Anything to preserve her career. I did see her leaving the building last night, when I was just starting my night shift, but it doesn't mean anything at all. Did you notice anything unusual? Well, I don't know if it's really relevant, but before the PA started here, he worked at another hospital, but he was falsely accused of involuntary manslaughter, so they fired him. Can you imagine that? And where were you at the time of the crime? Me? I was only here for a cigarette break. I just got back from the night shift, and I was going to go straight home after that. Do you suspect anyone? I told you, the chief physician, of course. Haven't you ever seen a detective drama? Alright. Oh man, I need a coffee. It's really terrible what happened. I still can't believe it. I was even here when the crime took place and I still couldn't do anything. Where in the building were you at the time of the crime? I always come in extra early, because I like to work in peace before the hustle and bustle starts. So I sat in my office all morning, going through patient records. I haven't been here long. I was eager for a fresh start after my previous hospital, and I get along very well with everyone here, but I'm still trying to get up to speed. Anything unusual? As you may already know, I'm pretty new here, so I probably wouldn't even notice if there was something out of the ordinary. But maybe that will help you provide a more subjective view for your colleagues. Yes, I suppose so. I don't want to make any false accusations, but there is one thing as it happens. The chief physician came to see me a few days ago. She asked me to keep an eye on the janitor. I think he was seen hanging around my floor a few times heading into the storeroom. Some people suspect him of stealing medication. And have you noticed anything? No, I've never seen him there. But maybe the murder victim caught him in the act. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, truly. Did you ever speak to the ambulance driver? I've seen him in the corridors a few times, but apart from a friendly nod here or there, we've never really interacted. I'd love to help, but I've been busy all morning. Busy, huh? With what? Sometime last night, the damn pipe in the basement burst again. That's the 3rd time this month, not that anyone cares. And everything's always underwater. So I spent the whole morning on my hands and knees down there tinkering around. And then I thought, what's that strange object in the water? And presto, I had the murder weapon in my hand. Not that I knew that at the time, obviously. Do you notice anything unusual? I don't know if this is relevant, but I talk to the guy a lot. Out of the stairs, off New York, he's the only guy that smokes apart from me, see? 2 days ago, he was saying some weird stuff. Thought someone was following him, stuff like that. I managed to calm him down, told him he was imagining it. Turns out he wasn't. Alright, thanks for the tip. Maybe the ambulance driver. He was always kind of weird when it came to the PA. Saw him sitting in front of the guy's office again yesterday. Don't know if that helps. We used to smoke together. That was pretty nice, actually. He's quiet now, so we don't see each other that often anymore. But he's always been a little weird recently. Maybe he really wants a job or something, but he's been chasing the PA around a lot. Yeah, whatever. You don't understand how awful it was. If it was just a dead body, I wouldn't have been so shocked. I've seen more than a few of them over the course of my career. But in my office? Before my third cup of coffee? What's the world coming to? How am I doing, Finley? Am I convincing? You're doing great. All you need is stay in character. Oh yeah, oops. I'd like to ask you for the incident. Yes, of course. I think we all want to get at the bottom of this. And as soon as possible, too. I'm busy, so keep it short. Very well, I'll be brief. Where were you at the time the incident happened? I was in the building at the time of the incident. I already left early yesterday evening. I wish I could get here as early as possible as a rule. That way I can finish the day's work early, too. Only today my car broke down, so I didn't arrive until the same time as the rest of the staff. The breakdown service took forever, but maybe it was lucky for me in the end. Otherwise, it could have been me lying here on the cold floor. Horrible. It does rule me out completely, I suspect that, though. I see. Is there anything else you'd like to add? I just can't stop wondering why it had to happen at my office of all places and how. The only person with a key besides me was my assistant, and we couldn't stand each other. I don't know what he was doing in my office, and as far as I know, he was never in my office unless I was there too. His key was only for emergencies. If you ask me, it was the nurse anyway. My PA made some nursing cuts a few weeks ago, and I've heard nothing but complaints ever since. She also has a penchant for being unprofessional, emotional, if you know what I mean. Something about your statement makes me wonder. Interesting, especially as if I heard from various sources that the two of you got along very well. That is wild speculation, and anyone should make even less of a suspect of anything. True, I lied. But if I only did it for the sale of my image. I don't want to be the kind of boss who's known for playing favorites, so I treat everyone the same. What do you think of the ambulance driver? I don't think I've ever talked to him. I don't interact with most of the employees here on a regular basis, if you know what I mean. She hasn't been here long, just a couple months, but she's proven a good fit. I was a little skeptical at first, because I didn't know if she was assertive enough, but it's worked out fine in the end. She's normally very reliable, though I did find a stack of uncompleted files on her desk just today. I'll be honest with you. I've always had the suspicion that he was up to something crooked. He's always creeping around everywhere, cropping up where you least expect him. I think he's been stealing, but I don't have any proof yet. No, I couldn't stand him, but that doesn't make me a murderer. If I went around wanting to murder people, I'd have started actually doing it a long time ago. Not that I'm saying I did. Fact is, he just wasn't a nice guy. Ask the new doctor, she'll tell you. He really had it in for her. That's more of a motivation to kill him than I've ever had. Besides, I was on duty on the other ward all night, so I couldn't have killed him anyway. Like I said, I was on duty. I don't know exactly where he was killed. But you're welcome to talk to all the patients on the ward. I spent all the morning there, having a very long conversation with a woman in room 7. She didn't feel well and she really wanted to talk to somebody about it. Not to mention giving them her whole life story. I remember wandering around the light that was on in the chief physician's office, though that was sometime in the early morning. No, I didn't see anyone. Or wait. The janitor. I saw the janitor on that floor. He said he was looking for a ladder for some repair work. Unfortunately, I couldn't help him. I had my hands full myself that morning. I've completed my investigation. What do you think? Can you reconstruct the course of the events? Yes, I can tell you what happened. Oh, fantastic. So, who did it? This case is absolutely clear. There's only one person who could have committed this heinous act. even though every single one of you had a motive. The solution is crystal clear. The janitor did it. No. But, no, it really wasn't. Does that mean one of us didn't play the role well enough, or is it that you that's the problem? I'm a doctor, not a detective. That's probably just as well. It was obviously the new doctor. After all, she was the only one who had alibis contradicted by anyone. She said she spent all morning working on the files. But the nurse was very clear that she kept running into the doctor in the hallway. Oh. Oh. And it didn't go down well with her when somebody else got the credit for it. In fact, she took it so badly that she followed him to the new hospital, and when she caught him in the chief physician's office, she seized her opportunity for revenge. It's very simple when you think about it. Yeah, sure. Okay, whatever. I thought the janitor said he found the murder weapon. Whatever. Alright, can I leave now? Phew, that was exciting. My knees are still knocking. I think my acting needs a little more practice. I'm gonna get going now. What about you guys? I'll stay here in the fresh air for a while longer. Finley, do you have a moment? Alright, get home safe then. Night night, crime busters. I didn't know it was about a murder. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too much for you. I really enjoyed it, though. Without you, I probably wouldn't have come. Thanks for getting my mind off things. Finley, I don't know how you're feeling right now. I don't know what it's like when somebody dies for you on the first time. But I have to assume that it'll happen to me sometime, too. And I'm pretty scared of it. Terrified, actually. That's also part of the job, and a good doctor needs to be able to handle it. Hey, it might never happen to you. You're a great doctor. I think that's unrealistic. But when it happens, I want to be ready. What are you thinking right now? Not much. All I want to do right now is sleep. And thank you for joining in. I wouldn't have had the nerves for it. Like, maybe you'll want to do it again in the future. But next time, I want to be the detective. I'll be honored to have you solve my murder. Hee. Keep going. Maybe that's what it's all about in the end. Moving on. I want to keep going too. With life here in Porcupine, I mean, I think I like it here. The people, the little streets, the Hibernation Festival is great. I think I could feel at home here, especially with a partner in crime like you. Let's make sure that as few people die here as possible. That's the deal. Deal? Yes. Deal. Planks that mean the world. Trophy unlocked. And just like that, we're ending the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching.